Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and I am here to do a reading for Libra. Love reading. A love reading for Libra. Wherever you might have Libra in your chart, we all have it somewhere. So this could be for you. But yeah, if this isn't your story, if it's really not resonating, don't try and make it fit. I've got lots of other readings on my channel. Check your other placements. And and my readings are timeless, most of them. So when you catch this is the right time for you. I'm going to be I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross. I'm realizing that typically it's not the best spread for love readings, but it's been going okay. I might as well just be consistent and finish this round out with the Celtic cross, and then I'll try a different spread. So I'm gonna be using the Good Tarot, and we will find out what's going on for Libra in love. We start with I wasn't even thinking. Okay, let me try this again. So first of all, um, I want the overall energy. Let me shuffle one more time. Just generally speaking, what's going on? We've got the messenger of fire. Fire. Yeah, the messenger of fire. This is all about being really lit up about something and taking creative, inspired action, being innovative, being very, almost headstrong, like knowing what you want and going for it. So, oh, and I forgot to mention, and I forgot to do this for Virgo, but I let the universe choose a song. And the title of your song is In the Mood. So, you, person you're dealing with, someone's in the mood. Um, this messenger of fire is all about being in the mood. All right, so let's go with we start with where are you currently at? What are you dealing with? Two of fire. Um this is about trusting your higher power. Mapping, being open to the unknown, mapping things out, understanding that you're not where you want to be, but you know where you want to go. And letting the universe guide you in that direction. The universe that, speaks to me of like the giraffe is the universe is holding the light. And so, if you've been feeling kind of worn out, beaten down, you don't need to try to make make things be other than they are. It's time to rest and to be led. So what's your challenge? The Tower. The ultimate card of challenge. Thing about the Tower in this deck is that Tower is always a shakeup, right? It's always things changing in a very significant way. And sometimes we can create towers for ourselves. Um, we decide we need to leave that job. We decide we need to move. We need to leave the relationship, whatever it is. This is your challenge. And also in this deck, this is a very calm, peaceful tower. Normally, the tower in so many decks, it's like broken in half, and there's lightning and people falling out, and it's flames and craziness. This one to me speaks of um, having a new understanding of something. And so, particularly with this one, it's this idea of because the tower is built in the mountain, it's like you're walking along, you see a mountain, you're like, wow, that's an interesting mountain. You come around the corner and you're like, oh, that's more than just a mountain. There's a tower there. There's something here to explore. And we have the steps kind of going up into the tower, kind of making your way into the mountain, into something that seemed just, you know, backdrop, landscape. Now it's something that you can actually, check out, see what that is. And so the fact that it's a challenge, it makes me think that you you don't necessarily want a shakeup. You've been through it. Like I said, feeling kind of tired, feeling kind of burnt out, beaten down, whatever's going on. Maybe you've gotten out of a relationship recently, or maybe it's been a while and you're still just like not, you're still in the healing process. And I don't know. I mean, it could also be like being in a situation where you know it's not good for you anymore. And yet there's that feeling of, well, but I don't want to be alone. Well, but what am I going to do? How am I going to live by myself? I rely on this person for A, B, and C. I can't do this myself. And yet you're so unhappy. My sister was just telling me a story about someone she knows kind of in a situation like this. Some people stay in a situation regardless of how unhappy they are because it's what they know and it's safer than taking that leap into the unknown, taking that leap of faith. And so that's your challenge here, I think, is you're like, something needs to change. You want you're trying to let the universe lead you. Um, but it's it's one of those things. It's like, okay, I'm willing to do anything, universe, God, whatever. Um, just send me a sign, tell me what to do, and you get the clear sign, like, okay, you need to leave. And you're like, well, anything but that. I'll do anything but that. And it's like kind of almost ignoring the sign because you don't want to deal with the huge shakeup. Um, so what has happened in the recent past that has brought you to this point? The Chariot, um, which is all about victory. I'll clarify here in a minute, but it you've gotten yourself to this point where it's like you've made it so close. It makes me think of an analogy, and I don't know if this is quite right, but it's this idea of you wanna I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way to describe it. Like you want to get somewhere there's a door that you need to open, and you make all this effort to get to that door, and you find yourself standing on the steps right in front of the door. But because of the implications of what it means to open that door and step through, you kind of throw up your arms. You're like, well, I, like maybe you don't even realize the door is in front of you. Or even if you do, you're just like, I can't do this. I'm gonna, I have this kind of vision of like kids who go and, I mean, I've seen this in movies and stuff, but kids who go to explore a haunted house and they get right up to the door and it's super creepy and everything's all like and it's dark and they get right there and then they run away because they're too afraid of what they might find on the other side. So that feels like you got yourself to this point where you're like, okay, I'm doing really good, I'm feeling very victorious, and then but there was a price that you had to pay for that. And maybe you're just in a place right now where you're like, "Oh my god, like, Again, I keep getting all these scenarios in my head, but it's like it makes me think of like, okay, let's say you're in a relationship and you decide to have the talk with the person like this isn't working out. I think we should consider other options. And somehow this ends up in a huge blowout. And your person, who knows how they react? They're like, no, don't leave me, or you can't leave me, you owe me, or, whatever the situation, and you're just like, "Oh my god, I don't know how I'm gonna continue to deal with this kind of situation." It's so overwhelming and it's so draining. So you got to this point, you're like, "Yes, I'm gonna do it. Okay, victory." And then, uh, yeah, there's this this sense of not wanting to deal, just wishing that you could whisk yourself away. Some magic carpet could just come and take you take you off where you wouldn't have to deal with this. So, what's coming in your near future? The 7 of Earth, needing being at a crossroads, needing to make some kind of decision. Oh my gosh, I just saw 1111. This is this is big stuff. I feel like I'm not very versed in the whole twin flame thing. But I know that a lot of people say 1111 is a twin flame number, so maybe that's what you're dealing with. Twin flames, by the way, aren't always it's not a very comfortable connection because you 2 mirror each other, and so, um and I think more often than not, twin flames do not end up together because it's so intense, and who knows, maybe it's one of those situations where you're like, you're really drawn to them, you feel really connected to them in some way. It's very strong, it's just really strong connection. And yet it's not it's not doing it for you. It's not fulfilling you. And so here you are at this place where you're like, you got to let the tower fall. Or explore the tower. You've there's something that you some understanding that you need to gain in order to make this decision. This is going to take a minute because this is your near future. And it's just like, what do I choose? What do I choose? And yeah, 2 of fire, typically 2 of wands is also about making a choice. But in this case, it's letting the universe lead you, letting the universe kind of I reference the movie sometimes, but The Dark Crystal, when I cannot think of his name right now. The main character, the Gelfling. He he has to figure out which shard um, from the big crystal is the one, and and so he figures out like, oh, if he plays his music, then one of them is going to light up, and so that's the process that you're in right now is trying to figure out what tools do you have that will allow you to understand the direction that you need to take clearly. So, what's in your conscious mind? What are you consciously aware of? The sun. You you want happiness. You want to be happy, you want to be abundant and enlightened. You want to get yourself to a place where you feel really good. This is a card of abundance as well. This is where you're at in the moment, and you know this is your goal. And you know this is where you can get to if you can actually get the courage up to take the steps that you need to take to actually listen to what the universe is telling you. So what's in your subconscious? What are you not so aware of? 2 of water, which is a card of This is a soulmate card. It's a card of harmonious partnership, of being on the same page. In this card in particular makes me think of being like two peas in a pod. This is what you're not aware of. It could be that in order to get what you want, to get to this happiness and abundance, and like being with somebody who actually gets you, who you're actually on the same page with, you have to leave the other situation first. And this is saying like, yeah, there is somebody. There is somebody there. Um you got to kind of trust that the universe has your back, that once you finish your healing, you're going to find the person that fulfills you in a way somebody up to this point hasn't. This person that you're dealing with. So, how do other people perceive you right now? Page of Fire. That's funny. This is the same card that came up for Virgo as well. You are coming across as someone who is very passionately driven, excited for a new adventure, um, feeling inspired, you know, feeling inspired and excited to move forward in a new way. So it's your fear that's holding you back, and people don't even see this about you because I don't know, maybe you talk about this a lot. The pages are about communication. You're just like, I know what I want and I know what's good for me and da da da. And people are like, yeah, wow, right on, Libra. You go for it. And then, when you're alone, you're just like, oh my God, what do I do? I don't know. This is really hard. So what are your hopes and fears? Messenger of water. You want affection and attention and romantic. You want that romantic connection with someone, but you also fear it. And it could be because of what you've been through, that it's beaten you down. There's a certain part of you that's just like, God, do I even want to try this again? Is it even worth it? This is also a card of learning to love yourself more, healing through learning to love yourself. So in this case, because it's hopes and fears, it's like you want to love yourself more, but then the longer you stay in a situation that isn't helpful, isn't fulfilling, is maybe the opposite, really makes you feel bad about yourself, bad about things in general. You I don't know, you fear that um you're not going to find anything again. I think this is really common. People stay in connections way too long, way longer than their expiration date because of that fear. Hmm. Because of not being able to honor themselves. It's tough. It is tough. What's your advice? Messenger of air. Wow. Three messengers. Because, yeah, bottom of the deck was the messenger of fire. So, this is understanding that you need to do things in a new way. that you don't want to base your actions on what you've dealt with in the past. um, you want to be innovative. You want to follow your passion, what lights you up, that deep down desire that you have. That's what leads you to where you want to go. That is directly fed any of us, all of us that feel that excitement, that desire, that passion, that is being fed to us directly from our higher power. There's a reason we want things. What we want isn't always what we want ultimately is the feeling of something. Excuse me. Here, let me just take a little drink here. Okay. Um, so we could think that we want a certain person, for example, a certain specific outcome. But what does that person or that outcome, how does it make you feel? What does that give you? What does that provide you? Passion, love, security, it can be any number of things. A feeling of delight, of excitement, of um yeah, whatever that is. And so it's the idea of focusing on what you want to feel, not on a specific outcome necessarily. A specific didn't no, that's not quite right. A specific person or situation. Um and once you understand that, then it's really easy to let the universe guide you and move towards who and what you want. Yeah. Yeah. What's the outcome? Six of Earth. Happy surprises. Good things coming in. Unexpected help, unexpected resources. This is a part of what you're afraid of. Why this is a challenge, because you're afraid that when you make a choice, when you step away from one thing and start to move in a new direction, that you're going to be all by yourself and you're going to have to do it all on your own. And this is saying, no, 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 because you're following your passion, your desire, what the universe actually wants you to do, it will put the right people and the right situations in front of you at the right time. You just have to trust. And yeah, I know, easier said than done, but that's life. The more we can get out of our own way and go for something, even though we feel the fear, the universe rewards us for that. Thank you, Redbeard. Welcome. Okay, so let me I want to clarify with I'll use my black deck. Right? Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's use the black deck. Um I want to do a little bit of clarification here with the Chariot. What is this Chariot from the recent past? Three of Swords. Okay. Three of Swords and what? Knight of Wands, which was the card at the bottom of the other deck. It seems like, yeah, your heart got okay. Oh, I get it. I get it. Your heart got broken by someone, maybe a player, someone who came in really fast and then left really fast. But you managed to get over it. You managed to get yourself to a point of feeling victorious, that you healed enough to have them be out of your life, maybe. Or at least you felt victorious in the moment. Think about the Knight of Wands, though. Knight of Wands keeps coming back. Knight of Wands, is like, when he's in the mood, he's in the mood. And, he's all about the booty call, right? So, um, what, yeah. And I could see why you would feel beaten down by that because you're just like, God, just leave me alone. Like, let me heal and be done. And there's something about them. The Knight of Wands is very, very attractive, very charming, very like fun, entertaining, exciting, and you can't help yourself. You can't help yourself. And maybe that's what this tower is you're finally like you get finally to the point where you're like, I can't do this anymore. But can I? Oh, but they're back again. So hard. I don't wanna say no. I don't know. What's the seven of earth in the near future? Page of swords. Page of swords card of spying and social media. Maybe you're kind of let me get another one. Hangman. Yeah, it makes me think that you're stepping back. You're doing your research. This Knight of Wands, you're kind of like doing a little bit of spying, possibly. Papu Das, hello. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I really appreciate it. Um, this is, that you need to make a decision. You know that you're at a crossroads and you're taking the time to figure out. Maybe this Knight of Wands left again, and you're kind of like, left kind of gaining a new perspective. Gaining a new perspective from exploring this tower. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Research, yes. And it is quite the rabbit hole, I think. Typically with a Knight of Wands, it is. um, I'm curious about where are we at? What's this two of water that's in your subconscious that you're not aware of? Seven of Wands. Huh. Seven of Wands and Five of Swords. Oh, okay. So it makes me think that this person that you've been dealing with, even though because I was talking about twin flame, maybe they seemed like you two are a really good fit. Um, but in fact, there's all this tension between you guys. It's supposed to be harmonious, or you feel like there are times when it is, but then somehow it's feeling like there's being defensive. um yeah, swords, seriously. um Not feeling like you can trust this person. You want to very badly, but it's becoming more and more clear that you really can't. um I want to get a clarifier on the hopes and fears here. The messenger of water, the lovers. Yeah, this is what you really want. You want someone who's going to appreciate you, who's going to do those sweet little things for you, and wear their heart on their sleeve, make offers that feel really nice, that someone who's affectionate and sweet and loving and like, let's ride off into the sunset kind of thing. Your outcome with the Six of Earth, what is this? I mean, it is a happy surprise. Two of Pentacles. Juggling. Juggling. Finding the balance in yourself, in your life. Six of Wands. I think that this has to do with you finally coming to that place. Maybe you've been juggling. I mean, it seems very clear. You've been like, do I stay or do I go? And you finally figure out that you need to just drop something. Maybe someone comes along and at first you're kind of like, I don't know. I don't know, but they continue to be consistent. They continue to be generous, and there's a reciprocal thing going on. And this fear of being juggled, maybe you were in the past. Knight of Wands typically does that kind of thing, but I don't think that, basically, because this is a card of victory, success, rewards, people being really having their eye on you, and ultimately, I think a new beginning. This is going long, but I'm not going to do personal readings right now. This is specifically a love reading for Libra, but we all have Libra in our chart somewhere. So I suppose there could be something in here for you. But yeah. Okay, so I want to finish off. This is going really long, but let me finish off with numerology. I'm gonna just grab a couple numerology cards here just to get a final words on this. Personal growth. This has been huge, huge personal growth for you. New beginnings. Yes. Yeah, personal growth does lead to new beginnings because you start to love yourself more. You start to make choices that actually work in your favor. And health. Yeah, you are in the process of healing, but you will get to the point where your health becomes your priority, and then you are beyond the healing. Then you are robust and vibrant and feeling really good and ready to move in a whole new direction. And there will be victory. Yes. All right. I'm going to leave it there. That's a good reading. It's intense. It's hard. I know. I feel for you. I really do. But you're going to get through this and you're going to be better for it. So hang in there and try and remember to let the universe guide you as best as you can. All right. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing.